What's up, everybody? This is Aya. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel, A Very Good Life. I am a feminine shaman, and I assist people with their awakening processes. And my work is pretty psychosomatic, therapeutic, spiritually tearing into your multi-dimensional world. And so you can go to my website, averygoodlife.com, to check out my services, which include astrology, Reiki. Um, I do divination. I call it soul sessions for those of you who are looking for reading. And then I have a package where I include everything spiritual counseling. And then I have uh, trauma healing. It's really hard for me to just kind of list off everything I do because honestly, I'm always learning and I do so much. Whatever it is that I need to do to get you from one portal to the next, one stage of your development to a next, to get you out of arrested development, to get you to put dynamite into your system and get you moving forward. Okay. So we're going to be going through the sun, and I know that I was supposed to start doing this a while ago, but honestly, I've been having some issues with my calling because I've been having to really get the lesson about narcissists and like how they operate, why they are the way they are, and that there's absolutely nothing you can do for them, about them, except bind them up, tie them up, put them over to the side, and keep going. You can't fix anything. There's no reasoning. There's no, most narcissists need to be locked up and non-movement so that they can learn their lessons, how they need to learn them and stop bothering you. Okay? Or you can get away from them. There's no, but anyway, the sun in Aries, the sun has to do with your fulfillment in your chart. There are some signs that Aries is in where it shines and it feels good to the person. But there's always a shadow side to the sun, which is why people say, ew, I can't stand Aries, or I can't stand Scorpios, or I can't stand Taurus, because most people are operating in their shadow self because they don't know how or want to take responsibility for what feels good to them. Like your sun and your chart is where you feel good, even if it doesn't make other people feel good. And it's the downfall of the sun that kind of like you dying on a cross, like a sun god, a sun goddess, going down into the underworld, losing the fulfillment, losing the fun of it, seeing that, oh, okay, it's not all fun and games, it's not all about me, that allows for you to rise again and become an inspiration when it comes to your sun sign. So the sun in Aries would denote a childhood to where you felt free and independent to go and be yourself. But there was a lot of arguing, a lot of trauma when it comes to dealing with your father's anger, whether that be in his absence or in his non-absence. There's a lot of sexual energy here. There's your mother. I also consider the mom when I look at the sun. A lot of people don't, but the sun is the feminine aspect when it comes to daily ritual. So your mom could have been more about her like va va boom, her, like she got a lot of attention, a lot of men, a lot of uh you might have seen your mom have boyfriends or um put a lot of energy into what she wants. So it's because Mars is about being fanatical or impulsive about what it is that you want. So, and I'm not just going to talk about the shadow side. I'm going to talk about the positive aspects too of this energy. But I'm saying in your childhood, what might have developed some of your traits. These are some of the things that could develop some of your traits. Your father, the masculine energy, is the energy that teaches us how to move in the world, how to protect ourselves, how to get things done, you know. And then the feminine energy is how to live with yourself. how to stay healthy so that you can have forward movement. Do you see why both are important? You can't really have one without the other and expect for yourself to thrive. Okay. So with the sun in Aries, you have a propensity to see your name in lights, me, you know, and you also have the energy to get it done. You have the energy to become a great actress, dancer, a speaker, a writer, and have multiple talents and then want to do them all, especially if you feel like you didn't get your shot. Like the sun in Aries is looking for their shot in life. You're looking for an opportunity. You're looking for your power, how to make a power move. Bow. I have this script. I wrote this script. I have this song. Give me a chance, And when the spotlight is on you, you do your thing. And a lot of times you do take advantage of those opportunities. Why is it that sometimes sun in Aries, their light goes out, their light dims fast? It's because of this, the impulsiveness, the not really seeing your blind spot to care about people's feelings, to care about how you're treating other people, to care about intimacy. This is why I talked about the childhood first. In your childhood, you didn't really see a lot of intimacy, a lot of connection for people being who they are. You saw maybe people getting taken advantage of for who they are. And I'm probably not frozen to you, but I'm frozen to me on my end. And usually, the last time I did this live, when I leave the screen and come back, it'll get unfrozen, unstuck again. All right, there it is. Yeah. And so you had parents that were maybe selfish. So that would lend for you to maybe be selfish and immature in that area. So your downfall would be maybe stepping on people's heads to get to where you want. You don't look at it like that. You look at it like you're taking your opportunity. If you don't take your opportunity, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But you got to make sure that you're cultivating intimacy in relationships. Aries people will tend to even abandon their children. They won't see it like that though. They'll see it like it's a means to an end. If I make it big, then I'll come back for my kids. If I make it big, then I'll reach back and help other people. But if you don't make it big though, then you have egg on your face and and you still have to deal with the cleanup of those relationships, or you could choose to not clean those relationships up and you can tell people to get over it. They'll be all right. It's not that big of a deal. I'll let you stay with your grandma. It's all of that. And so it takes a lot of courage and bravery to be an Aries. That is what you're known for. You're a pioneer. You put yourself out there first. You might suffer from the syndrome of doing something before everyone else and you not getting the accolades for it, the attention for it, but other people do, behind you. You'll see other people do the same things and become famous or get attention or get the position that you wanted. That is the cross that you bear being a pioneer. And then you'll come up with another idea before everyone else, and it's like the same lesson over and over again to really learn to dedicate what you do to spirit, to give it over to the ancestors, and to not look for your own glory, your name and lights, because that can be taken away from you. If that is the motivation as to the reason why you do what you do, then you will have a downfall and you will experience having to live without that thing, because that's how spirit works. If we worship anything that's not spirit, then those very things will be taken from us and cause us suffering. And that's where our evolution, our inner revolution begins, and you begin to have more of an understanding that maybe I should stand up for the underdog, and you might start becoming more of a activist or a revolutionary for the people. Now, this could be a multiple lifetime lesson. It doesn't all have to happen at once, you know. But it's definitely lessons here about being selfish, about how to utilize your rage and to not damage other and harm people with your rage, but to use your rage to cleanse, like using your rage to stand up for the people, become a political activist, or even using your art as activism to be a leader is a good way of using your anger and rage of feeling disenfranchised. Like nobody, everybody always gets more attention than me. You know who comes to mind? I don't know if Little Richard is an Aries or whatever, but Little Richard, when he'd be like, "Ooh, I was the first one, baby. I was the first one to wear glitter on a stage. I was the first one." It's that type of energy. And the reason why I put in a description reality star, because you guys get very much so Falcon Crest Dynasty type drama where it's because it reminds me of reality star because it's interesting to me that people can get on TV without really much self-awareness and actually think that some of their antics are okay or normal. That's Aries energy to me. That's just kind of like foot and mouth syndrome, or like I said, by any means necessary, I'm going to see my name in lights, and that's throwing a glass of water in people's face. If you feel disrespected, it's like you're going to show me my respect. And okay, you know, it's not. You guys don't have a subtle approach. You are refined in the fact that you could be in the White House, you could be in the hood, um you could be do and be anything you want to be. You are the creator and the captain of your ship, probably more so than a lot of other sun signs. Like you take reign and responsibility and guide your ship in the direction you want to go. Doesn't always work out. There are lessons here about like it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You got to learn how to do it. And this may be a lifelong lesson for you. It doesn't mean the answer is no. Anytime we have every time we have doors shut in our face, it doesn't mean that the spirit world doesn't want you to have what you want. It just means that there may be a lesson. It's the journey, right? The sun and Aries might be more concerned with the end result more so than enjoying the actual journey. Um, yes, I think I talked about pretty much what I have to say. You get down in the comments and tell me your experiences with Aries and your experience as an Aries, because like I said before, how we feel in our sun sign, we delight in it. Like we like ourselves in our sun sign. It is what we are evolving into. So we're like little children. What am I trying to say? You know how little kids are in their own little world. Like you're in your own bubble with it. So it will take guidance, and that's why you have a guide and planet. Check out the planet before your sun, and that planet is called a guiding planet or oriental planet. It will help guide your sun. The sun needs a lot of guidance because it's a very youthful energy in the chart. So if you did not have guidance from guidance from your father and daily ritual practices from your mother, then you are learning on the go. And a lot of people with the sun in Aries are learning as they go along, and you might make a lot of mistakes. But something that you have naturally is tenacity, drive, talent, and raw energy to push yourself forward to become whatever it is you want to become. But the trail you blaze behind you that burned and singed everyone is what you'll have to kind of like reaccount for if you're willing to have the courage to take that journey. I will talk to you guys in the next sun sign video. Like I said before, go to my website and check out any upcoming events. I do workshops. Sometimes they're free, sometimes they're not. The next workshop I'm doing is going to be on sound healing, sound therapy, the origins of sound. Did you know that sound is what created the universe? That is our origins. Sound. Sound is a way to really connect with the spirit world. It's also seen as an offering to the spirit world to chant and to pray. That's a way to give offering. We will do a workshop about that. Our past workshop was a trauma healing workshop. It seems like spirit is guiding me into some type of direction to give people kind of like a blueprint on how to handle or deal with, live within their shamanic journey, maybe through the senses. And by the time I finish doing these workshops that are coming to me, um, hey Cherry Red, I love that name. Um, let me finish this thought. I'll have like a whole full body workshop, but these workshops I'm doing now, the reason why some of them are free is because I'm learning how I'm doing it, what works, what doesn't work. The last workshop, the ladies liked it because I will ask you, okay, how'd I do? you know, yeah, so at the end of the workshop, there will be free sound healing because I have my solfeggio sound healing forks, tuning forks, and we'll play with those. So Cherry Red has a question. She says, hello, Mike. What's Sun in a 12th house, Leo, with Mercury and North Node conjunct? That's a good question. That's a lot. That's what it is. So the Sun in the 12th house. So you have double Sun in the 12th house, Leo. The Sun is at home in Leo. If you guys didn't know, the Sun is at home in the 5th house. That's all Leo Sun energy. 5th house Sun. Blah blah blah. Okay. So the 12th house is loss. It is the total disintegration and like oneness. It's kind of like that it's that picture, that meme of like Homer Simpson backing away into the bushes. Like you mesh and meld in with spirit whenever you have planets in a 12th house. Thank you so much for the compliment. So your ego, the sun is your ego, um, your will power, your fulfillment. Your ego will be bruised a lot this lifetime. You may feel like you deserve to be in the spotlight, but you will always feel like you're in a background. You might feel invisible. You're supposed to um, give your solar power to spirit and be fulfilled by Neptune type things. So you're very psychic, okay? You're very helpful, probably resentfully though. You don't necessarily like it. See, whenever we have 12th house issues, it's because our family lineage has an uh, what is overflow of a certain type of energy. It's an overflow of ego in your family, maybe an abuse of power, abuse of being me in your family and in past lives. Having things be all about you. Maybe in the past life you used to be a superstar, or you feel like this lifetime you should be a superstar, and you'll find your fulfillment going on down the path of having your ego die, allowing your ego to die. Um, and the sun and conjunct Mercury in the North Node, that's why I was just talking about that. Like in your past lives, you did not finish this lesson. Whenever you have any energies conjunct with your North Node like that, you have come back to finish this lesson, this lifetime of learning how to submit your ego, your fulfillment to spirit. Like you might go after your personal fulfillment and it won't work for you. But when you work behind the scenes, maybe you're supposed to be a ghostwriter for people. Maybe you're supposed to be a psychologist. Anything that you're working behind the scenes and you're not putting yourself up front, then you will actually receive the accolades and the fulfillment and the spotlight that you might be looking for. But it won't be you having the intent to go after the spotlight. The spotlight will have to be shone on you because the spirit world is like, well done, my good and faithful servant. I just didn't know what my mission was with that node. So right, everything goes wrong. It's not that it's going wrong. It's just that you're just taking some time to integrate this message. You might feel like you want to fit in into society because Leo tends to be a people pleaser. Like you want to be liked and accepted. You Leos like to be liked, kind of a little bit like Libra, but not in a cooperative way. A Leo wants to lead and be liked, which is really hard to do. One of the hardest things in life is to try to be a leader and be liked. Yeah, right. If a true leader, you have to let go of being liked sometimes. Like everybody's not gonna like you. Okay. And so you're constantly like fighting your urges to like want to shine, and you might often feel jealous of people who do get to shine in ways you're like, hey, how come they get to, be a ham and I have to like sit here? But it's not that you can't. It's the intent needs to be spiritual. Oh, you're a Virgo moon and rising. Oh, yeah, yeah. If you have your if Leo's in the 12th house, then you are a Virgo ascendant. I'm a Virgo ascendant too. Hey, 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 hey. And that's kind of a hard aspect because a Virgo ascendant is pretty self-serving. It's very self-serving. You know, um, and people will tend to take advantage of your need to serve, especially with that Leo in the 12th house. You'll tend to really feel abandoned. You probably feel very abandoned, or have a lot of abandonment issues, and see that's where the 12th house and the initiation of the 12th house, usually something happens to make you feel a loss. So it's not just kind of like random. What's up, saturated in love? I love that. Um, yeah, something have happened to cause your downfall. So that could be a loss of your father in some shape or form. Now I'm talking in a public forum, so forgive me if I'm being insensitive. If we were having a personal consultation, I just wouldn't blurt things out like that. I would ask, you know. But usually, like a sun in a 12th house would denote a loss of a disconnect between you and your father that causes you to feel a lack of esteem within yourself. And so you're searching for your self esteem, your self confidence out in the world a lot of times. But the process is, it needs to go within. You need to start searching for your self confidence, which is really hard work. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of time, patience with yourself to gain your self confidence, not from, like we were saying, how the father is supposed to show you how to move out into the world. The father is supposed to give you um, the solar power to feel confident in yourself enough to take the steps to accomplish the things you want to accomplish in your life, while also being street smart about like the predators and the downfalls and the pitfalls. See, you most likely have to figure that out on your own. And you might pretend like you know what you're doing, but you really don't. You don't, and you need guidance. So look to the planet before your sun as your guidance. It's called a guidance planet. All right. Quay Soul Hello Aya. Hey Quay. Could you please give guidance on the sun in the 11th house Taurus with the moon and Jupiter conjunct? You guys have given me lots of puzzle pieces to work through in my mind really fast. All right. Hello Aya. Let me read that again. Could you please give guidance? I'm sorry, my phone probably needs to go on do not disturb. Sorry if it keeps freezing. Could you please give guidance on the sun in the 11th house, Taurus? The sun in the 11th house, Taurus in the 11th house. So you feel this that's um that's interesting energy. That's interesting energy for Taurus because Taurus is super stubborn. So right now, Uranus is actually transiting through Taurus. So Uranus is transiting through your 11th house. Uranus is at home in the 11th house of Aquarius. So that's really interesting. Those energies don't really work well together like peanut butter and jelly. No, they don't. Um, you stubbornly hold on to your friendships. You even if you're supposed to let them go. So this I can imagine this transitory when it first, especially when it first began, oh, you probably suffered a lot from having to let go of relationships that no longer serve you, you know. And so you feel comfortable around, you have like your same people that you hang out with, and it doesn't come rain or shine, hell or high water, whether they mistreat you, whether you love them or not, that's where you feel comfortable and that's where you're going to um, stay. Now, I know that that's a very simple way to put that, but Taurus is actually very simple energy. It's not, you don't like really complicated things. It's like steak and potatoes, you know, and you like your creature comforts. And Uranus likes to shake things up and it likes to go its own way and have its individuality and do its own thing. What's up, Kayleigh? Hey, Aya, good to see you live launching this um, series. And so you may be weird when it comes to keeping friendships that are inappropriate for you. That that might be where you shake things up. You shake things up by not changing the things that need to be changed. In this lifetime, it looks like you're called to change, to be uncomfortable. You might have friends that challenge you to make moves, or you challenge your friends to be uncomfortable, to get out of their comfort zone. I mean, it's not like the most comfortable energy for you. It's like you have to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Yes, I can see why that would be confusing. I can see. All right, everyone. Thank you so much um, for joining me. This video will be up for your viewing pleasure anytime you would like. And I'm going to probably go to the herb store and get some more stuff to make incense because that's what I've been doing to relax and then go spend some time in the woods. Bye.